quadratic equations. We are going to use completing of squares to solve quadratic equation. Our first question is 3x squared minus 8x plus 5 is equal to 0. In using completing of squares to solve quadratic equation, we undergo 4 steps. The first step is to make sure that the variable squared term or the coefficient of the variable squared term is 1. Here, the coefficient of the variable squared term is 3. We have to manipulate it to 1. How do we do that? We need to multiply through the equation by 3. So the first step is 3x squared over 3 minus 8x over 3 plus 5 over 3 is equal to 0 over 3. 3 goes into 3 1. So we have x squared minus 8 over 3x plus 5 over 3 is equal to 0. That is the first step. The second step is to take the constant term to the other side of the equal to sign. So it will be x squared minus 8 over 3x is equal to, when this crosses, it becomes minus 5 over 3. The third step is that you divide the x term by 2. So how do we divide this by 2? So when we divide this by 2, as we see here, we are dividing by 2. It gives us negative 4 over 3. So after that, you square this value and add to both sides of the equal to sign. So in this case, it is going to be x squared minus 8 over 3x plus, then we square this. So we put into bracket minus 4 over 3 squared. And then we have minus 5 over 3 plus the minus 4 over 3 squared. This makes this a perfect square. So the perfect square for this will be x minus, because this is minus, 4 over 3 all squared. Because when you expand this, you are getting this, which is equal to minus 5 over 3 plus, now when we square this, it's going to give us 16, positive 16 over 9. Here we have x minus 4 over 3 squared is equal to, we find the LCM of the denominators, which is 9. 9 goes into 9, 1. 1 times 16 is 16. Plus 3 goes into 9, 3. 3, 5, 15. So minus 15. The next step is x minus 4 over 3 squared is equal to, we simplify the numerator, it gives us 1 over the denominator, which is 9. Okay, so we need to find the square root of both sides. So when we find the square root of both sides, we are going to get x minus 4 over 3 is equal to square root of 1 over 9. Anytime you find the square root of a number, the answer you get is always plus minus. So here we get x minus 4 over 3 is equal to plus minus, when we find the square root of 1 is 1 over square root of 9 is 3. So we have x is equal to, now we are grouping like terms. So x is equal to plus minus 1 over 3. When this crosses the equal to sign, it becomes positive 4 over 3. So this is where the two roots come in. So here we have either x is equal to, we are using the positive first, 1 over 3 plus 4 over 3, or x is equal to, we use the minus 1 over 3 plus 4 over 3. We solve this individually. So here we have x is equal to, we find that LCM of the denominators, which is 3. 3 goes into 3, 1 times 4, 4. Plus 3 goes into 3, 1 times 1, 1. So we have x is equal to, when we add the numerators, it gives us 5 over 3. Here, x is equal to, we find the LCM of the denominators, which is 3. 3 goes into 3, 1 times 4, 4. Plus 3 goes into 3, 1 times minus 1, minus 1. So here we have x is equal to, numerator will give us 3 over 3. 3 goes into 3, 1. So we have here x is equal to 1. Therefore, the root of the quadratic equation is x is equal to 1, 5 over 3. The second question is 2x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So we divide through by 2 to make the coefficient of the variable squared 1. So it becomes 2x squared divided by 2 minus x divided by 2 minus 2 divided by 2 is equal to 0 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2, 1. So we have 2 goes into 2, 1. So we have x squared minus 1 over 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the next step is to take the constant term to the other side of the equal to sign. So it becomes x squared minus 1 over 2x is equal to, this is positive, minus, when it crosses, it becomes what? Positive 1. The next step here is to divide the coefficient of the x by 2, square it, and add it to both sides of the equal to sign. So when we divide minus half by 2, it gives us minus 1 over 4. So it becomes x squared minus 1 over 2x plus then minus 1 over 4 squared is equal to 1 plus and then minus 1 over 4 squared. This now becomes a perfect square. So the perfect square for this is x, this is minus 1 over 4 all squared is equal to 1. And then when we square this, it becomes positive. So it gives us positive 1 over 16. Here we find the square root of both sides. So this will give us x minus 1 over 4 is equal to plus minus square root of 17 over 16. X minus 1 over 4 is equal to plus minus square root of 17 over square root of 16 will give us 4. We are grouping like terms. So this gives us x is equal to plus minus square root of 17 over 4. This crosses the equal to sign, it becomes plus 1 over 4. This is where the two roots comes in. So we have x is equal to positive root 17 over 4 plus 1 over 4, or x is equal to minus root of 17 over 4 plus 1 over 4. X is equal to, here we find the LCM of the denominators, which is 4. 4 goes into 4, 1 times 1, 1, plus 4 goes into 4, 1 times root of 17, root of 17. So here we have x is equal to LCM of the denominators. This goes into this 1 times 1, 1. This goes into this 1 times, so it's minus root 17. X is equal to root of 17 gives us 4.123 plus 1 over 4. X is equal to, when we add this, it gives us 5.123 over 4. X is equal to 1.281. Here, it gives us x is equal to minus root of 17 is 4.123 plus 1 all over 4. X is equal to, when we do the subtraction, we do the simplification, it gives us minus 3.123 over 4. When we do the division, it gives us x is equal to minus 0.7809. The roots of the quadratic equation is x is equal to minus 0.7809, 1.281. Subscribe, like, share, and discuss with your friends. Thank you.